Welcome back to Hellhound's Late Night Spook Show, Creature Features, Shockathon, Scarorama, and Screamo-Vision here on the Horror and Metal channel. I'm a Hellhound, and we're going to do another top 10 list today, but before we get started, make sure you check out my last video, which was the ABCs of Horror tag. All my favorite horror movies for each letter of the alphabet, from A to Z. So it was a tag video, but I left it open, so I'd love to hear your responses. I think it'd make some interesting discussions, see what your favorite horror movie is for each letter of the alphabet. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to do another top 10 list today. This is going to be my top 10 final girls. The female protagonists that fought back against the evils that opposed them and ended up surviving their horrific encounters. I guess the only rule is that these ladies have to make it to the end. So if they don't survive, movies like, spoiler alert, Candyman don't count, I guess. But anyway, yeah, I've done my top 10 horror villains before. I should probably redo that video. That was a long time ago. I did that with my buddy Spellbinder, so rest in peace, brother. So yeah, eventually I'll do my top 10 horror villains again. This is going to be my top 10 final girls. So let's go and get started. Number 10 is going to be Sally Hardistias, played by Marilyn Burns from the original 1974 Texas Chainsaw Massacre, directed by Tobe Hooper. Now, Sally's pretty low in this list because, she didn't really fight back at all. In fact, she's kind of just ran and screamed throughout the whole movie. But the fact that I had to include her because the fact that we kind of saw all these horrific, gruesome events through her terrified eyes, and the fact that she, was put through so much hell and managed to survive it alone deserves at least a mention. And it made the movie all the scarier. Again, like Jessica Biel as Erin in the remake really fought back. It was more of a tough as nails, badass heroine. A better character, sure, but it made it far less scary. I think this was far scarier because we really saw what Sally went through, all the horrors that she was put through. It has made it that much more terrifying. Yeah, poor Sally. And she was played. She was in the recent sequel, stupidly just called Texas Chainsaw Massacre, played by a different actress since Marilyn Burns is sadly no longer with us. But that movie was pretty forgettable. But we still always have the original. Yeah. So Sally Hardesty, played by Marilyn Burns, my number 10. Favorite final girl. Also from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, we have Stretch Brock, is played by Scream Queen Caroline Williams from Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. She fought back a lot more than Sally did. She even took a chainsaw and went after Chop Top, one of the villains in the movie, and has great lungs as well. Yeah, she was a great screamer. I always like Caroline Williams. She's also in Stepfather 2 and Leprechaun 3 and Hatchet 3 as well. And yeah, she's a pretty good final girl. I like her even better than Sally because, like I said, she did fight back a lot and armed herself to go up against the family of cannibals. Dennis Hopper as Lefty was really awesome too. We'll save him for my top 10 male protagonists in horror list if I ever do one. But yeah, number 9, favorite final girl in a horror movie is Stretch. It's played by Caroline Williams from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, also directed by Tobe Hooper. Alright, so number 8 is going to have to be, most people would probably have this one a lot higher, but for me I just prefer the others in this list a little more, and that's going to be Sidney Prescott. It's played by Neve Campbell in the Scream movies. Yeah, she's in all 5 movies, so she's one of the most recurring final girls. Now, technically, Gail Weathers is played by Courtney Cox, also survived in this movie and is in all the other sequels as well. So technically there's 2 final girls, but I like Sydney better. And yeah, she's great. She fights back a lot and outsmarts the killer Ghostface quite a bit. Gets to the bottom of solving the mystery. And very memorable character. I'm glad that she's in all the movies and is one of my favorite final girls. So yeah, Sidney Prescott is played by Neve Campbell from the Scream movies, directed by Wes Craven. My 8th favorite final girl. Number 7 is going to be Kristy Cotton, as played by Ashley Lawrence in Hellraiser. Yeah, I had to include her because this poor girl is put through hell, literally. And she returns in the sequel, Hellbound Hellraiser 2 as well. And yeah, she fought back quite a bit. She figured out the puzzle box and had to send the Cenobites back to hell, and had to trick Frank into being defeated. He's pretty much the main villain of the movie. Yeah, she did all that pretty well, and chased by various monsters throughout the movie, and became a pretty tough fighter and made it till the very end. Her survival instincts are at an all-time high. So yeah, she's definitely got to be on the list, yeah. Kristy Cotton, played by Ashley Lawrence from Hellraiser, directed by the great Clive Barker. Definitely one of the best final girls. Alright, number 6 is going to be Alice Johnson, as played by Lisa Wilcox in Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, and Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child. Yeah, Alice is great. She's my second favorite protagonist of the whole Nightmare series, and she fought back against Freddy, played by the great Robert Englund, very well in this movie and the next one. And she became the Dream Master, the title character. Pretty cool, yeah, using her powers in the dream world to go up against Freddy Krueger himself. Yeah, Alice is great, and Lisa Wilcox plays her really well. I really wish she could have returned for Freddy's Dead, but that movie's a train wreck, so maybe, so she didn't miss anything, because, yeah, that movie pretty much sucks, but, say what you will about Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and 5. I know they're not too great, but I think there's no denying that Alice Johnson, but Lisa Wilcox, is a great final girl. And like I said, I wish we could have saw more of her. Would have really been cool if somehow we could have seen her and Nancy team up. But, oh well, what can you do? I like Kristen Parker from Part 3, and she's in this one briefly, played by Tuesday Night instead of Patricia Arquette from the third film. I like her a lot as well. But yeah, Alice Johnson, the Dream Master, played by Lisa Wilcox from Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and 5. All right, now we're done to the top 5. My number 5 is going to have to be Jamie Lloyd, as played by Danielle Harris from Halloween 4 and 5. The character was also in the 6th film as well, played by another actress, J.C. Brandy, I think her name is. Don't quote me on that, I might have got that wrong, but yeah, something like that. But anyway, yeah, Danielle Harris is one of my favorite scream queens as well, and she's really coming to her own in the horror genre. She's no stranger to horror, and this is the movie that started it all for her. Yeah, she plays Jamie Lloyd, the niece of Laurie Strode. And yeah, she's the only final girl on this list who's actually a child. So you could also include Rachel Carruthers, Jamie's foster sister, played by Ellie Cornell, because she makes it to the end as well. She also survives this one. And so both of them are both great. But yeah, Jamie Lloyd is a great character and my second favorite female protagonist in the Halloween series. Yeah, Jamie Lloyd, played by Danielle Harris from Halloween 4 and 5. My 5th favorite final girl. Alright, so number 4 is going to have to be Ellen Ripley from the Alien franchise, as played by Sigourney Weaver, but specifically Aliens, the second film in the series, directed by James Cameron, because I think she was definitely her most badass here. She's just a tough-as-nails heroine who was more like an action hero. She's even cooler than a lot of the men, Yeah, this is an awesome, very highly entertaining movie. I just love it. It's just an explosive, action-packed, flick. And Ellen Ripley is one of the main reasons why. Yeah, Ripley. Yeah, she's great. Easily the most badass final girl on this list, like I said. And Sigourney Weaver plays her very well. Oh, yeah. Like an action hero. Yeah, I love when she fights against the Queen Alien wearing that metal exosuit at the climax. It's really, really riveting. Yeah, hardly anybody is cooler than Ellen Ripley in the Alien franchise, but most specifically, Aliens. Yeah, Ellen Ripley, played by Sigourney Weaver from the Aliens movies, my 4th favorite final girl. Alright, number 3 is going to have to be Jenny Field, as played by Amy Steele in Friday the 13th Part 2. Jenny is actually my favorite final girl of the entire Friday the 13th franchise, and my second favorite protagonist next to Tommy Jarvis from Parts 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, Amy Steele was great as Ginny, and she really fought back a lot, and even outsmarted Jason at the end, which was really cool. She was really intuitive and really put her skills to the test, and I definitely prefer her over Alice, played by Adrienne King from the original movie. Alice is cool too, but I like Ginny a lot better. Yeah, Ginny Phillips, played by Amy Steele, my third favorite final girl, and my favorite female protagonist in the entire Jason franchise. Yeah, she's great. Alright, number 2, my second favorite final girl in a horror film is none other than Nancy Thompson, is played by Heather Langenkamp from the original Nightmare on Elm Street, directed by the great Wes Craven. Yeah, yet another Wes Craven film on this list. Now, she did return in part 3. Yeah, she was great there as well. But usually when I think of Nancy's finest hour, I think of the first film. Because, yeah, she set traps and really outsmarted Freddy and definitely fought back a whole lot. Yeah, she was very ingenuitive and very cunning and very clever, and used her wits to battle the malevolent dream demon played by the great Robert Englund. So, yeah, when it comes to, like, outsmarting the villain and setting traps, Nancy probably is the best. And Heather Langenkamp did a great job. So yeah, Nancy Thompson from Nightmare on Elm Street, my second favorite final girl. Alright, when it comes to honorable mentions, I'm just going to list them in the description box below, because I don't want to be here all day listing too many, and I'll just kind of list them as I think of them. So check the description from all my honorable mentions. Let's go and get to the number 1 choice. It's going to have to be, of course, Laurie Strode, is played by Jamie Lee Curtis in the Halloween movies, the most recurring final girl. Laurie's now been in, let's see, not counting the Rob Zombie movies, Jamie Lee Curtis's Laurie has been in 6 movies, soon to be 7. Yeah, she's in the first movie where, yeah, she fought back against Michael Myers, the villain, quite a bit. You know, she stabbed him a few times and stuff. And then the second movie, she kind of spent most of her time running and screaming. She was, like, really wounded and drugged up in a hospital after all. And then, of course, H2O, she fought back a whole lot. And then Resurrection, she, well, fought back a little bit, but then died. And then, of course, that was retconned out of continuity, thank goodness. The movie sucked. And restarted with Halloween 2018, which only follows this movie and ignores all the other sequels, in which she really fought back and had kind of a Sarah Connor from T2 vibe going on. Armed herself, with several weapons, setting traps. Outsmarted Michael Myers with her cunning several times throughout the movie. And she didn't come face to face with Myers in the next movie, Halloween Kills. But we know there's going to be a final confrontation between her and Michael in the final film, Halloween Ends. So I can't wait to see that. But yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode from the Halloween movies, the most recurring final girl. Yeah, I guess beating out Sydney, who's been in 5 movies. Laurie's about to be in 7. Jamie Lee Curtis version, that is. Yeah, Laurie Strode, but Jamie Lee Curtis from the Halloween movies, my favorite final girl in horror. Alright guys, well, that was my list. Thank you for watching my video. Let me know what your choices are for what your favorite final girls are in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching my late night spook show here on the Horror and Metal channel. I'm Hellhound. Till next time, later.